Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's talk about something really important and a very interesting topic, which is the legality of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin here in India. I mean, I've come across a lot of people when I say that I have a YouTube channel on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, I talk about it, and the reaction is that, is this even legal? Is this even legal? So it's quite clear that most people actually don't understand the definition of legal or illegal. And moreover, these number of questions have even increased after the recent RBI ban on the cryptocurrency exchanges. So a lot of people have started thinking that since the RBI has banned these cryptocurrency exchanges, it must be illegal, right? It can't be anything, it is illegal. And of course, as you know, that most cryptocurrency exchanges have turned into peer-to-peer. And a lot of people have this question that, well, can I go ahead and trade on peer-to-peer? Am I doing anything illegal? So let's go ahead and talk about all these questions today. And once again, before we go ahead any further, this is not a legal advice. This is not a financial advice. This is not an investment advice. This is my own research. This is my own understanding based on what I have researched. And again, I would love to hear from you. What do you think about this? Now, so the first thing, whether it's legal or illegal, we need to understand the definition of legal. So as per the Wikipedia, legal says legal is a system of rules that are created. System of rules that are created and enforced through social or government institute to regulate behavior. Something to underline here, the set of rules which are created, right? So new rules which are designed. Now, as we all know, the cryptocurrency, there is no rule that has been designed as on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin as yet, right? For example, let me give you an example. So what I'm talking about is there is no legal framework as we have around cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Now, you must have come across that recent article, which was that says the Law Commission of India was considering Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to be the same as the Visa and MasterCard. And in that report, you saw a link that says the legal framework for gambling and sports and betting, including in Cricket India. So Law Commission of India is trying to design a legal framework for betting and sports activities here in India. But they haven't started designing a legal framework for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as yet. And this is what the cryptocurrency exchanges are proposing, that draw a legal framework. So as of now, the cryptocurrency Bitcoin does not have a legal framework. But it does not mean that one can go ahead and run Ponzi scheme with it and can scam people. Of course, because Ponzi scheme and scamming is illegal anyway. It doesn't matter whether one does it with INR or anything else, right? And this is something that we heard in the parliament also, right? And so what we saw so far is that there's no legal framework around cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin here in India. Something very interesting also to know that over the last 100 years or so, or maybe over the last 20 years or so, humans have evolved massively. The human evolution is faster than ever, especially in the last 20 years. There have been more innovations than over the last 200 years. Now, to say that every innovation, as and when it is born, the regulators should regulate it from the day one, it will be completely unfair. Because let's understand the fact that regulators are nothing but a group of people who need to examine the innovation, pros and cons, how it can be misused, and then they have to draw the rules and regulation, and that takes the form of framework, legal framework. And it takes time. Of course, there are some countries which are very fast when it comes to regulating and understanding things and regulating it. But there are some countries like India which are extremely slow in taking up this. And what I have seen so far, that India has been one of those countries which tends to follow other countries and tries to wait and see what other countries are, how other countries are treating a certain technologies, and sometimes they follow the same. So I think that legal framework in India, again, is going to take some time, right? So, and of course, it's not easy to design the legal framework for any innovations on day one. So now let's coming back to the same topic. So as we all understand that there is no legal framework around cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin as yet. So it can't be legal, it can't be illegal as well. We can call it something called as unregulated, right? Now let's talk about the RBI. Now we know that there is no legal framework for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, but is there a legal framework for banking system? The answer is yes, there is a legal framework for the banking system. As per the law, the RBI is supposed to give service to all the small or medium businesses here in India. And this is what came out recently in the news. This is according to, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but this is according to the recent coinrecoil.com report they said that the RBI ban is violating the Article 14 and Article 19 of the Indian Constitution of India. That means the RBI have a legal framework according to which they have to operate, according to which they have to serve all these businesses, but they are not doing so. And so they were violating the law. So that means they are doing illegal. So RBI ban on cryptocurrency exchanges. So what I mean to say is not giving banking support to the cryptocurrency exchanges, the small and medium businesses in India, is illegal according to the current law, because there is a legal framework for the banking system. It's more than 100 years old, right? So now, what is illegal? Now, question is, what is illegal? Cryptocurrency trading is illegal, or the RBI ban on cryptocurrency is illegal? Now you know the answer. Now, so you see, this was one of the reasons why these cryptocurrency exchanges have come together and actually approached the Supreme Court, saying that this activity by RBI not giving support to exchanges is illegal. And that is why you also see that most of these exchanges are turning into peer-to-peer. That, okay, RBI, you don't want to support me, it's okay, I don't want your support, we will go to peer-to-peer. Because if the cryptocurrency trading and Bitcoin itself was illegal, they wouldn't do that, right? And so a lot of people have questioned that, is Bitcoin owning illegal or Bitcoin trading illegal? Right now, the simple answer is no. The reason why? Because there is no legal, there is no law says that no one can own Bitcoin and no one can trade Bitcoin. You have to understand this fact. The world is getting smaller and smaller, right? All the other countries like Japan, Australia have regulated Bitcoin. They have a very positive approach. And in this scenario, and also as we all know, blockchain is a new technology and all the countries are adopting it. And we have seen that, we have already seen from Secretary of Economic Affairs who said that we are drafting a rule according to we will see what can be done, what cannot be done. So I see that will not happen. Of course, we will have certain rules that these are the do's, these are the do's, these are the don'ts, these are do's and don'ts for the exchanges. So now there have been some cases wherein people have come ahead and said that, you know what, my bank actually closed my bank account. For example, there was an example there, the Citibank actually closed bank account. Now, and a lot of people actually think bank closed their bank account because he is doing something illegal. Well, that's not really the case. The bank actually closed somebody's account, not because it's illegal, because they didn't like it. So what are the options that one can do? Well, one can request the bank not to close. The number 2 option is that just leave it, let it go and open an account in a different bank account. And number 3 is go ahead and complain about it, because according to the law, no bank can actually close your bank account. They are supposed to provide you banking services as long as you're not doing anything illegal. And of course, as we all have understood, that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin trading or buying is not illegal at all. It definitely a bank's individual decision to actually go ahead and close an account, and that is, according to the current law, is illegal. Right. So is it possible for the Law Commission of India to come up with a conclusion that we'll be declaring cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin as illegal? So that means owning Bitcoin is illegal and trading Bitcoin is illegal. Of course, there's a possibility, because they are the one who are designing the legal framework. So they can very well go ahead and say that. But will it be easy to implement? It will be extremely hard, because Bitcoin runs on the internet and it will be very difficult to implement that. And moreover, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are global technologies, and some of the top regulators in the world like US, Australia, Japan have taken up the positive approach, and there are going to be a question mark on the team, on the Law Commission of India itself, as to on what basis can you declare that it's illegal. There are people who are going to ask questions. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Would you like to add something to it? Do you agree or disagree with it? Leave your opinion in the comment box below. Definitely hit a like or a dislike. Share it with your crypto friends. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please put that in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.